Hi, my name is Maxi. Welcome to Inogwen Empowerment Channel, where we empower each other to be good role models in society. And today we want to look at marriage. And the question we have today is, what causes marriages to fail in the present society? Traditionally, men were the providers and women stayed at home to take care of babies and to bring food on the table. When the man comes from work, he brings the resources and the woman cooks and prepares food. And so in the traditional society, or traditionally, the woman was dependent on the man. She did not have to go out to look for money. So she knew that her position was to be at home, take care of the children. And the man knew that his position was to bring the food, to bring the resources in the family. Because of that, they were complementing each other and they stayed together, knowing that one was dependent on the other. But in the current society, we have people, the men and the women, both are self-reliant. And so the first reason why marriages are collapsing in the current society is because of self-reliant. I'm not saying that to be self-reliant is wrong, but what I'm saying is that you as the woman, when you have your money, when you are able to bring food on the table, do you look down upon your husband as now the lesser person? Do you feel that you are greater than him? Remember, men love their ego. They want to feel that they are the ones who are providing in the family. And so when a woman takes over and she decides to use her finances or the income that she's getting to belittle the man, you can be very sure that that marriage cannot last. It will collapse. And so as a woman, if you are able to bring home a higher income than your spouse, let that income not be used to belittle the man. He is the king of the home, and he needs to remain the man and the head of the family. The second reason why marriages are breaking in the current society, it is that peer pressure. The peer pressure I'm talking about is when a man gets married or when a woman gets married and they have a group of people that they feel that they need to continue to practice some things together. I want to give an example of vyama. I'm not saying to be in a chama is wrong, but what you talk in that chama can break your marriage or can build it. You know, there are some people who come to chama to attend chama, and they will tell you what their husbands do to them, provide for them, and yet it is the total opposite of what happens in their marriages. They just want you to feel that they are better placed than you. And you, in your stupidity, you'll go home and start harassing your husband so that he can do the same for you as the other person does. And so because of the peer pressure you are experiencing, you know, you as the woman, you want to be like the other women in your group. You end up breaking your own marriage. The same thing happens to men. You know, sometimes you are in your gathering where you meet in your joints, and somebody will say how the wife adores him, how the wife does this, and you think that what he's telling you is the truth. Sometimes they just watch these things on video and they'll come and pretend, because that is what they would like to be done for them at home. And you'll end up going and expecting your wife to be like wife of so and so, and in the process you ruin your marriage because it can never work. Do not allow peer pressure to push you down so that you end up breaking your marriages. Sex and incompatibility in sex, it breaks marriages. Why do I say so? Because the sexual demands of the woman and the sexual demands of the man may differ. You may find in one setup, the man needs more sex. In another setup, the wife is more active. And so if the two of you do not understand the sexual incompatibility or compatibility of one another, you might end up divorcing because you feel your spouse is not giving you enough, and maybe because you're not getting enough, she is or he is has somebody else whom they are engaging in sexual activities with, and so you end up ruining your marriage. marriages break up in the modern society or in our society because we do not communicate. Communication affects many of us, I included, and I struggle with it. I am working on it where I can. But communication is one key that ruins our marriages. Why does the communication ruin our marriages? Because there are things I may do in my marriage and I don't tell my husband. And there are things he might do and he does not tell me. And when you realize that your spouse has done something that was hidden from you, or has done something that you did not expect to be done, you find that if you keep that pain in you and you don't communicate, you can comfortably end up ruining your marriage and making your marriage to break. Marriages are meant to last. And if they are meant to last, then we need to work on them. Marriage is a job. I want to use the word, it is a job. Because we need every day to work on our marriages for it to be able to last long. The finances. Finance is another big factor that makes our marriages not to last. You might get into a relationship, and in that relationship you find that the woman is very extravagant or the man is very extravagant, or the resources go to one particular direction. There's this issue in our marriages whereby you might find the money the woman gets, all of it goes to her people, or the money the man gets, priority is his people. And that kind of character, that kind of thing in a marriage has broken a lot of marriages, because women feel or men feel that the finances of the home that should have been used for the benefit of the home, or should have benefited both parties. If it's benefiting my people, my husband's people should also benefit. So when we feel that my in-laws are getting more than what I needed, or than what my people are getting, if you do not discuss this as a couple, it ends up ruining marriages. There becomes competition in financial management or in financial usage. And the thing that suffers is us in that marital setup. I always say, remember, you came from your mother's and your father's home. She came from her mother's and her father's home, so that you can be able to build your own home. So when you don't, first of all, prioritize you, your spouse, your children, that particular setup, and you prioritize your parents and your in-laws, the thing that suffers is the union that you are trying to put across. Marriages can last if we work on them. But currently, there is nothing serious about marriages. People look at marriage as a place where we want to walk in and walk out. And that is why we get so hurt in the process. Violence is killing marriages. And it is one of the greatest factors that is ruining marriages, that's making marriages to collapse. But ask yourself, why did my spouse beat me? Why did we fight? If we are able to answer those questions, we will be able to work on our marriages. Because sometimes it is provocation. If you stop provoking each other, then you can be able to build and work on your marriage so that it lasts. Look at my other videos where we discuss other matters affecting marriage. There is a video we talk about sex in marriage. Have a look at it. Listen to what we speak about, and let us work on our marriages so that they can last. Marriage is sweet, and when we work on it, it can last and we become lifelong partners. God bless you so much. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. God bless you.